everyone, I'm Sam with Happily Hooked, and today we are on episode 3 of our stitch tutorials. I'm super excited about this one. So today we're going to be doing a crocodile stitch. I am so pumped. This puts a gorgeous texture on so many different things. You can use it for gloves or bags or all different kinds of accessories. I'm really excited to show you guys how to do it, so let's get started.
And make sure you guys do click on the like, subscribe, and the bell if you're on YouTube to make sure you get notifications.
Alright, so to start our crocodile stitch, we are going to start with our chain row. So we are going to make our slip stitch, and we're going to chain 12. And then we will chain 3 on top of that, so a total of 15. Alright, and then in the third chain from the hook, we're going to put a double crochet. So this will count as your first stitch, and then the double crochet would be stitch 2. And then we will chain 2, skip 2, and put 2 double crochets in the third chain. And then chain 2, skip 2, and go into the third. And you'll repeat this across, and this will be your foundation row. Alright, so we have our foundation row, and so here is where we will start our first row of scale stitches, the crocodile scale stitches. Alright, so from here we're going to chain 3. And then what I recommend doing is, normally you would turn your work and you work across the top of a row. I recommend for these, because we're working sideways, we're going to turn our work sideways and then work around this first post. So we'll yarn over and you double crochet around that post. Alright, so we have our chain that we did, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So a total of 5 double crochets on this side. And now we're at the bottom of our stitch. So we will chain 1, and then we will turn our work sideways again and work around this post here. And we'll put 5 double crochets. And there you have your first scale. So top is here, the point down here, and that single or that chain. And then we'll chain 1. And we're going to skip this second set of bars, and we're going to go into the third set. So you'll just do your chain 1 like I said, and then you'll yarn over and you'll put 5 double crochets around this bar. Chain 1, turn your work, and put 5 double crochets around the other bar. Chain 1, skip the next set of 2, and we will go into our last group. I always like seem to pinch my work and pull that one bar up. All right, so that puts us at our end of our first row of scales. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make another foundation row. So how crocodile stitches work is one row will be a scale row, and then a foundation row, and then a scale row. So for this one, we'll chain our 3, which will count as a stitch, and then we will yarn over and go into the center of the crocodile stitch and do another double crochet. So that'll be our cluster of 2 double crochets. Then we will chain our 1 here, Alright, and then we'll chain 1, and we will go and we'll find that set of double crochets that we skipped the first time, and we will crochet in between those 2 and around this chain that we did to separate the 2 scales. And we'll put our double crochets, 2 of them in there, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets in this dragon scale or crocodile scale or however you want to call it. Chain 1, find our stitches from the back, the 2 that we skipped, yarn over and go around all of those, chain 1, and then into the last crocodile stitch. And then we will Alright, and then we'll chain 1, and then we're not going to do our scale stitch on top of these 2 because then the scale would be right over top of this one. So just do your chain 1 and then immediately skip over to this set here. So we did our 5 double crochets, our chain 1 for the end, and then flip it over and go into that second post. And I know that this probably seems tricky, but it's mainly just how you're holding your yarn and however's comfortable for you. Once you do this a couple times, you'll just fly through them. And then we'll chain 1, we'll skip this one, and we'll go into that second one. Alright, so there is our second row of scale stitches, and now you'll see how it ends here, but we still need to get back over here. So all we do is we do our chain 1 and then we just slip stitch around that chain row that ended over here for the first set of clusters. And then we'll do another foundation row. So we'll chain, so we have 3 chains, and then double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, come over here and go in between, all right, and so that would end your foundation row, and then you would just keep repeating. So you'd go back and you'd do your chain 3, and then your double crochets around this one, and this one, and it just keeps repeating that way. There will be gaps the first time you do it, and this is one of those stitches that really loves being blocked. You can finger block it like I am right now. You can wet block it and pin it down. This also works really well in rounds, so if you want to make gloves with it or something like that, that's definitely doable. You just keep working. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I know this was kind of a shorter tutorial, especially for such a detailed stitch, but I wanted to make sure that I could get this in here for you, and Instagram likes to shorten up the amount of time we get together, but I just wanted to get this out here for you. I had a ton of you ask for a crocodile stitch. Like I said, I'm also going to put this over on YouTube for you, so if you're watching this over on YouTube, make sure you're clicking the like button and then subscribing to the channel and turning on the bell for notifications, and that way we can see you guys back here. So comment below, let me know what kind of stitch you guys want next, and I will see you next week. I'm so excited, and I hope you all have a great week. Bye!